Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a guitar brand I've never played before, which is always an exciting time. Let's find out what this thing is all about. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day today. As you've seen, we've got an ABASI in the studio. Really interesting and unique guitar. Now, Tosin ABASI is known for virtuosic, like 8-string extended range guitar playing, and his brand has typically been very, very high-end guitars. But check this out. Now he's got a version made in South Korea, which means, you're not having to pay, super high dollars for Japanese or American made versions, but now there's a South Korean version. So that's going to be pretty interesting. This is a 6-string guitar, so it's not an extended range, although they sell extended range guitars, of course. But yeah, a little bit more accessible with a 6-string version and made in South Korea, which means it's a lot more affordable. Right, so what exactly is this guitar and what is it all about? Well, let's find out. I'm going to hit up some of the highlights. Of course, I'll link to full specs down in the video description below, but this is the Legion model. So as I mentioned, this is the more affordable model made in South Korea. Now, headstock, nice straight string pull through the nut. It's a graphite nut, so that's really great. And that's the design. On the back, you got a volute and, of course, locking tuners. So that's really great too. So nice strong, volute on the back. As you can see, there's no truss rod adjustment there too. So nice strong design there. Tilt back is almost negligible. So again, really strong neck design. Do love that quite a bit. Now moving on down from the headstock, we've got a Wenge neck, an ebony fingerboard, and jumbo stainless steel frets. And they're polished up really nice, super shiny, which means right out of the box, bending, sliding, all that kind of stuff feels really, really good and slinky. Now, as for the guitar body, it's made out of basswood and of course has that unique ABASI shape, contours everywhere, which makes it very comfortable. Now, it should be mentioned, this is actually a bolt-on neck joint. His high-end Japanese and American-made guitars are all set neck, so they've done a great job kind of bringing that set neck feel over to a bolt-on joint. So if I just let my hand kind of settle as high as it'll go, I'm going to be on that 24th fret. So yeah, really good job kind of adapting that set neck feel into a more, I think easier to manufacture in South Korea at least, bolt-on neck joint. So yeah, I think they've done a great job there. Some interesting electronics. We've got Fishman Fluence pickups, 5-way switch, voicing knob right here, and a Godot trim. All right, so let's plug the guitar in, run it through a few tones for you guys, and see what it sounds like. So now that we've heard a few tones in isolation, I'm going to jam over a backing track. Link to the backing track, as always, is down in the video description below. It's time for the 1 minute solo. All right, so now let's move over and talk about the fit and finish of this guitar. We'll look at a few things in greater detail and kind of just talk about how this guitar is put together because it is the most affordable version of the ABASI guitar. So when we look at the nut, which is graphite, it's cut really nice. So height is perfect right on the first and second frets. You know, you don't have to push it down very hard, which means you're not going to put it out of tune right down here. If the nut's too high and you have to press down too hard, even basic chords will go instantly out of tune. So it's cut really, really nice. The slots look good. Yeah, really great on the nut. Locking tuners speak for themselves. Hard to screw that up. It's great. Now, in terms of the neck, I do want to make a few comments about this neck. It's sort of an open pore neck. I'll take some shots for you guys. Not sure why they chose to do this. So open pore finishes can be really cool. It kind of gives a vintage flair to guitars and stuff like that, but you can actually feel the pores when you play. And personally, just myself, I don't like that feel. So I'm not sure why they decided to go with the Wenge Neck and the open pore finish. Maybe they just thought it would maybe feel a little bit more natural or something like that. But when I'm running my thumb over the neck or sliding up and down, I actually don't like to feel texture on the back of the neck. So that's the one thing I will say about the neck is the choice of finish. For me, a little bit, not sure why they went with that. But the neck profile itself is a thin U. It's fast to play. Yeah, feels really great to play on that neck in terms of like the profile of it. Stainless steel frets, really nice. When we zoom in, you can see maybe a little extra polish could be used on the fret ends. You know, you don't see that with the naked eye. You certainly don't feel it with your hand. So they've done a really good job profiling the ends of the fretwork. Yeah, considering again it's coming out of South Korea. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of South Korean guitars in general, and this one's no exception. It's very well made. So the fretwork feels very good. I would say, yeah, when we take some close-up shots, they could maybe do with a little extra polishing just to become like really premium. But yeah, other than that, that's great. Love to see the spoke wheel truss rod here, which means you don't have to, you know, shallow out a huge section of the neck right there. That's always a great choice for me. And in terms of like everything else, fit and finish, the switch, when we open up the back cavities, you can see the electronics are organized. It looks very, very good. And the trem, the 510 is tried and true. So no anything out of the ordinary, I would say, in terms of the electronics and the back trem unit. So in terms of overall fit and finish, in terms of overall construction, well, this guitar passes with flying colors. It's a really great instrument that feels wonderful to play. It just feels very solid, very well put together. Love the neck profile, love the stainless steel frets, and the flexibility of the Fishman pickups, of course, is a huge bonus. So here are my final thoughts on the ABASI Legion. Now, given that this is based on a very high-end, very specific unique model. I think overall they've done a really good job bringing those features down into a model that's a little bit more affordable for the average player. So I do have to applaud them for that. Now, what would I like to see on this model in the future? Well, I've got a few things. Number one, I would love to see a fixed bridge being offered, especially, you know, for a pretty modern guitar design. So if you're a rhythm player, you're probably not going to want to trim. And as of right now, I think the only version of this does have the 510, which is an excellent trem unit, and you can just have a ton of fun with it. But if you do want to play like a specific style of rhythm guitar, you don't always want the trem. So I'd love to see a version with a fixed bridge or a trem, player's choice. Love to see that. And of course, the other thing I mentioned earlier on is, yeah, just that unique choice of an open pore finish on the back of the neck. It's just, not everybody's going to love that, so I think it's an interesting choice. So I'd love to see them either move away from that or at least offer a different version. You know, I do like the satin nature of it. It's very smooth. I love the neck profile. I just don't like the feel because you can feel that texture as you move. So those would be my main things. Other than that, you know, you can't go wrong with locking tuners, graphite nut, stainless steel frets, you know, Fishman Fluence pickups. Great stuff all around. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the demo. I try to bring you interesting and unique guitars, and the ABASI certainly falls into that category. Such a cool instrument. So I'll link to that down in the video description below. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do so. Other than that, have a great day. Take care.